What's going on, everyone? What's going on? It's glad to see everyone back in the CK Nation. It's been a long time. I'm CK, the boss man, and this is our new rebrand. Welcome back and welcome to the CK Motorsports Full Throttle. This is your spot for NASCAR, Arca, Cars Tour, Monster Jam, race results, news, real opinions every week. I'm going to give them. I'm a fan just like y'all, but I'm going to give them every time. And I also want y'all to like and subscribe at the bottom. Keep this rolling. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box so we can answer your questions the best I can. Because, like I said, I care about sport just as much as y'all do. So, let's get it rolling. All right, let's get into the latest from NASCAR. I think right now the biggest controversy is still consistency with the next gen car, how it rolls, the short track package, everything from that, from how it handles to how some racing is going with it. Um, the inconsistencies are there from one week you get an amazing race, such as like Martinsville or even Kansas, where it's, to the next week, we all want that Talladega type feel at super speedways, and we don't get it. Like this week, we got parade laps. You might as well say for 96 laps in the first stage, we got parade laps. Nobody was really trying to do anything crazy. They were all just lined up and pushing. I think the one thing that fans alike out there, especially probably y'all in the CK Nation that y'all are debating, is a short track performance. Like I mentioned, the car is still not all the way there for short track racing like we want. We get it sometimes at Wilkesboro, maybe Martinsville, but it's not there yet. And then you look at the new short tracks that they've clarified, like my track down the road, such as Rockingham. They consider it a short track now, and everybody wants Cup Series go back to Rockingham. Well, folks, in my opinion, I don't think we need to go back right now. There's still a lot of things with that short track package in the next gen car that we need to fix before we can go. Also, they just did a repave. We need to let that track weather in some more. I think it's fine right now where it is with Xfinity, Truck Series, and all that, and Arca being there. The playoff format's another big thing I hear fans debating about, people debating about. I'm actually happy that we went back to the points where winning your end doesn't matter anymore. We're racing for championships here. We're racing for points. Be consistent every week. Let's see what happens. And then I think another big conversation debate is how racing product actually looks week to week. There is, like I said before, there is inconsistencies there, but we can. I think over time they're going to get fixed. So we'll see what happens. And on top of that, you got crossover attention coming into the sport. And this man's very big, controversial dude, but I'm a fan of his. You got Cletus McFarland getting involved in NASCAR, trying to make it, trying to be the guy out there that says, you know what, I'm living the American dream. Yes, I'm a YouTuber, but I'm doing my thing. So, you know, and that's bringing new eyes, but also new expectations to the sport. And yes, there are some critics out there that say, you know, he doesn't deserve an O'Reilly's ride. He doesn't deserve a truck ride because he doesn't have the experience. Yes, he doesn't have the experience, but give him time, people. He's doing what he's having to do. Look at the Talladega race this past weekend. He had probably one of the best races of his career at that track, and he drove really well. So just watch out. Give the man a chance. So NASCAR is growing, but it's also under pressure for a lot of things. Uh, let's let's talk results. This past weekend, Saturday, we had Andy Janowski in the Arca Series winning, and he got booed. I think a lot of Cletus fans wanted Cletus to win, which I did too, but you gotta give props to Andy Janowski. You got to understand what it takes to run Arca. A lot of low budget teams can afford to go cross country every time. So when they get wins, it's huge. Also, look at Xfinity or O'Reilly's Saturday. Corey Day went to victory lane. What does that mean for him in the future? I think it means a lot. So we'll see what happens with that. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. Then you look at Sunday. What can you say about Carson Hocevar? He finally got one. And I think there's a lot more to come with that man underneath his belt. There's a lot to come. And he had probably one of the greatest victory celebrations in 30 years or probably longer. So he's going to be talked about for weeks to come. And I'm sure we're all going to be rooting for him to win again to see what else he can do for a victory celebration. But I think, and you also saw strong runs from the Fords and the Chevy camp. Bowman had a strong run. He pushed Carson to the front. So we had strong runs there. So that's a good thing too. But I think really what stood out was who overperformed. I think the Roush guys overperformed. I think they're figuring it out. You look at them; they're in points now, top 10 in points. All three of them are in the top 16 in the Cup chase for the Cup Series. Who struggled? Obviously, I think who's struggling right now is Trackhouse. Don't know what's going on there. You look at them; they're mid 20s. I think their top finisher was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think their top finisher was Ross Chastain. But again, there's things going on there. I'm sure they're going to figure it out, but right now they are struggling. So what does it mean going forward? I think the sport is moving forward. Yes, there are some things that need to be fixed. Yes, the next gen car needs to be fixed, but I think there are things that are going to be good for the sport, and it's moving forward. So just stay with it, people. I think the overall takeaway is the talent level is there. It's showing. But I do think the racing itself still feels inconsistent as far as the next gen car goes. There's still a lot of bugs to tweak out with that. I don't know how I feel about them bringing in what they're working on, the prototype for the EV car, which is electric. Don't know how I feel about that. If you're an old school fan like me, you want to hear the engines roar going across the lanes, going across the tracks. And I don't know if we're going to get that with the EV cars, but we'll see. I mean, they're talking about doing the EV cars in the O'Reilly series, so we'll see how that works. I know there's a lot of teams out there that's not supporting it. Dale Jr. said himself on the Dale Jr. download, if they bring the EV car in, I don't think I'll be interested, and I don't think Junior Motorsports will either. So what does that mean? Does that mean Junior Motorsports leaves O'Reilly's series? Who else follows him if he does? So there's a lot of questions there with that. So, I mean, but overall, I think the sport is going well. We do have some more things to fix. I think they are finally listening to the old school fans. I mean, look at it. We finally got Wilkesboro back. We got a points race going to Wilkesboro. We got the Rock back. Don't know how long we'll have the Rock for, but we got it back. I mean, look, with the Rock, that joint sold out the first year and the second year. They did really well, especially in the O'Reilly's race. Stands were packed. Not as packed as they were last year, but they were packed. So people were there. So, I mean, there's a lot there. All right, so let's focus a little bit more. Let's move on to the Arca Menard series. I believe this is where the future is being built. There's a lot of talent down there. You look at the talent that's down there. Gio Ruggiero driving for Joe Gibbs. Obviously, Cletus McFarland, he's rolling in. He's starting to get better. Yes, he has his moments. Yes, Saturday, maybe if Cletus doesn't get hooked, or maybe if Cletus doesn't bump draft and get hit, maybe he wins the race Sunday. Or not bump draft, I'm sorry. Get stuck in the side draft coming out and going into the front stretch on the dog leg. Maybe he wins if he doesn't try to make them blocks like that, or But the man's getting better. He's been told what he has to do. He's running more consistent races. Yes, kinetics is not on the car, but he's making it work. He's sponsoring the car himself with baldeagle.com. So I mean, like, he's making it work. Look at his buddy Squirrel McNutt. Or I'm sorry, yeah, Squirrel McNutt, but his real name is George, LS George. Look at him. He doesn't get caught up in a wreck at Talladega. He might get his second top 10 in a row. I mean, so the Arca series, it the talent's there. Yes, yes, the Arca series is getting attention now, yes, because of Cletus being in the Arca series and his 4 million followers. But let's not forget the talent that is in that series as well. Let's give them credit where credit's due. There's some drivers down there that's coming up. Like last year, you had Brent Cruz. I personally saw him win in Rockingham, and look at him now. He's running part-time trucks, and he's running O'Reilly's, and I think he's top 12 in points in O'Reilly series. So talent's there in the Arca series. So let's try not to get too overshadowed by the fact that Cletus McFarland is there. And like I said, I can't say I'm not a Cletus fan. I like Cletus. I think he's cool. I follow his stuff on YouTube as well. But let's not get overshadowed by him with the other talent. And I don't think he wants that either. Like I said, I felt bad for Andy Janowski. He got his first win and he got booed because it wasn't Cletus. But Cletus gave him props. Cletus told, so I mean, the sport in Arca, I believe, is getting better. So just watch the talent that's slowly coming up from there. Yeah, there's a few chaotic moments. Don't get me wrong. They're at last 10, 11 laps. They got aggressive. And cars got turned. Cars got wrecked. So, but I think over time, again, the talent level down there is going to keep getting better. And guys are going to get rides in trucks, O'Reilly's, and maybe one day in Cup. So, also look at Daniel Dye. Yes, what Daniel Dye did was wrong. He apologized for it. He fixed it. And now look at him. He ran in the O'Reilly. He ran in the Arca series on Saturday. And he also ran for BJ McLeod, Live Fast Motorsports in the 78 in the Cup series Sunday. So the talent's there. We just got to be patient. CK Nation. And honestly, the unpredictability of that series is part of the appeal because you never know what you're going to get with them. And you look at the Arca East and the Arca West and how they're going these short tracks, and the short track racing is just phenomenal. So these drivers are learning in real time, and that's what's making it worth watching for me. I'm pretty sure for y'all as well. It's out there, but I mean, just sit back and think. Like I said, talent's there, and they're going to get better, and they're going to continue to get better. Look at Isabella Robusto; she's getting better. She ran up front for a good part of toward the end of that race. So the talent's there, and like I said, I think they're getting a whole lot better, and it's just a matter of time before we see them in the next level. Now let's talk about something that deserves attention as well, and that is the ZMAX Cars Tour. Honestly, if you're a fan of real short track racing, this is where you need to be looking. Dale Jr. talks about it all the time, and it's not just because he owns the series or because he runs races in it. There's talent down there. You look at the talent that are coming up from down there, from Keelan Harvick to Landon Hoffman to other guys. Butterbean Queen was one that was down there winning races. And then you look at Brexton Bush getting a late model ride. The talent's down there as well. There's raw competition there. And there's drivers down there proving themselves that they can do it on short tracks. And it brings a lot of good attention and money to these local short tracks to keep them rolling, to keep them going every week. So I think it's going to do well. and we'll see how that works out. And like I said, if you want to catch it, it's on Flow Racing every weekend. And I think what Justin Marks Jr., Harvick, Burton are doing with that series is great. And here's the thing: a lot of fans say NASCAR is missing the short track intensity. Well, until we get that intensity back, go watch the car store. Car store is just straight out bring what you got to the track. Yes, there are modifications. Yes, there are rules. Yes, there are certain things you can and can't do to the car. But overall, just it's guys bringing what they got to the track and doing what they love. So, and overall, it's not gone. It's just happening in that series. So if you're a big fan of short track racing, go watch the car store at your local tracks. Like if you're in Florence, go to Florence when they come there. If you're up near Wilson, go to Southern National. I mean, shoot, go to with the Wayland series, and I'm sure Car Store might would try to go there. Go to Bowman Gray if you're up there. Go to Wilkesboro when they run there. So if you don't complain about the short track stuff is gone when the short track stuff is there, go for it and get in it and go support it and watch it because there's a lot out there. And if you can't get there, like I said, subscribe to Flow TV or Flow Racing and watch them or catch the highlights on Facebook. That's what I do when I can't make it. Next one, I got to be a big fan of it, and this really, I believe there's some talent there too. For all the monster truck fans out there, I think the best monster truck racing out there is Monster Jam right now. And let's switch gears to that. This is a completely different kind of motorsport, but it deserves respect in my book. And if you ain't been to one, you don't know what you're missing. You go to one live, I'm telling you, folks, from 20 years ago till now, the sport's changed. It's very entertaining. You got guys in that sport that are just absolutely insane with what they can do in them trucks. From Weston Anderson to John Zimmer Jr. to Blake Granger to Camden Murphy to Ryan Vargas, who is also an Arca driver, but he drives El Toro Loco. Them guys in those trucks are absolutely insane. They pack everywhere they go. They pack the house out. I experienced that myself in Raleigh. When I went to the show in Raleigh, they sold the place out. I mean, it's insane. And who doesn't love seeing a 12,000-pound truck crush some things? I loved it. And yeah, I love the fact that when they hit the Morgan & Morgan backflip. If you've never seen the monster truck in person do a backflip, you're missing something. Because I'm telling you, it's absolutely insane what they do. So the crowd energy there is hard to match. I mean, like it's an experience, folks, like none other. Like I said, I plan to go to many more, and maybe I'll see some of y'all from the CK Nation there. And if I do, holler at me, say hey. But like I said, I watch it week to week. They do overall points. If you're not familiar with them, they do overall points, and they have these series where the winner goes to the World Finals and claims who the world champion is. And like I said, you got talented drivers there right now. Blake Granger locked up the International Series. John Zimmer Jr. locked up in Terminal Velocity, locked up the Arena East Series this past weekend. Weston Anderson is probably on his way in Gravedigger to lock up the Arena Central. They got a tight battle in the Arena Stadium Tour or in the Stadium Tour West with Tyler Minga and in Gravedigger and Ryan Anderson, the son of a digger. There's only a 7-point differential there. I mean, it's like I said, if you've not seen it, you need to tune in. I'm telling you, it's something innovative. They have 3 different competitions from racing to 2 wheels to freestyle. And I'm telling you, I think you guys will love it. So tune into it. Like I said, also huge props to, like I said, John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity getting that overall Series points championship and going to World's Finals. So, and honestly, Monster Jam might be one of the most underrated sports out there right now because, again, no, I think people have, when it comes to monster trucks, I think people have a certain bar expectation, and I'm one of them where it was, what can they do if they ain't got the cars out there to crush? Well, folks, I'm telling you, you don't know until you go and watch it now. I mean, it's absolutely insane the stuff they do with the tracks that they set up for these guys and girls to do. So just go out there and watch it. It's all skill, control, and entertainment all in one. So just give it a chance if you haven't yet and go see what it's about. Monster Jam is the truth in monster trucks. Now, let's bring it all together. I think the main question is here, again, that I posted on the beginning of the show is motorsports actually getting better overall, from NASCAR to Monster Jam to the CarMax, ZMax car tours? Well, here's the reality. NASCAR is the big stage, but it is inconsistent at times. But it will get better. I do believe that. Arca is raw and developing, and they got talent. And the talent slowly making its way up to the up series. Cars Tour, if you want short track racing, that's where it's at right now. Pure racing, pure talent, pure I'm going to win. Checkers or records, baby. That's what the Cars Tour is bringing. Monster Jam, like I said, monster trucks and it's entertainment doing right. So I mean, and when you look at all of it together, motorsports isn't going downhill, folks. It's not. It's just changing. We're just adapting. Motorsports is trying to keep relevant and stay relevant. You can't stay with the same thing and be stale with it. Yes, things they've tried, like these gimmick races in NASCAR, the street courses, they work at first, but they don't work after that. Yes, the playoffs. Yes, people didn't like it because, again, winning you're in and you ain't got nothing else to worry about but just log laps all week or eat for the rest of the season until the playoffs start. So, yes, I do believe they made right changes by going back to the cup, by going back to the traditional point style. So, I think it's more or less out there, CK Nation. I think we need to stop complaining and setting these bars up here and just accept the changes that they are trying and what they are doing. Because if you look at it, let's be honest, if you look at it when you go to local tracks around here, local tracks, local NASCAR tracks, tell me, and you can post in the comment, even if you're not watching this live right now, you can post in the comment. Let's be real. How many tracks do you go to now that have seats on the back stretch anymore? Or seats in the turns? Rockingham lost all their seats in the turns. They tore their seats down. Yes, turns 1 and 2, they tore down because they said that the foundation was sinking. But look at the backstretch. Seats are gone. Look at Martinsville. We don't have seats on the backstretch no more. Look at Daytona. We only have seats on the front stretch. So you tell me, we have to do sports dying. They got to do something. Do I think the EV car is the right way to go? No. But unless we give it a chance, how are we going to know if it's going to work or not? All right. Time for the first ever full throttle take of the week. Yes, this is a new thing I'm doing. This is a new thing of the show. And like I said, CK Motorsports podcast we had a year ago or a long while back. We didn't do this, but we are new. We are rebranded and we are fresh. And CK Full Throttle is here. So here it is, the full take of the week. The best racing in America right now isn't always happening at the top level. Think about that. And I'll say that for y'all one more time. The best racing in America right now isn't always happening at the top level. I mentioned names that are guys coming up from Arca, Cars Tour, O'Reilly's, trucks, guys that are just waiting for seats in the cup. So just remember that, folks, and let's support them as well. And O'Reilly's when they come on and race on Saturdays or Fridays, truck series as well when they race on Fridays. Let's remember the top racing isn't always or the best race in America is not always at the top level. So support everyone. If you really want action, you got to go look beyond NASCAR or just NASCAR. Like I mentioned, Arca series, zmax car tour, Monster Jam is innovative. There's other things as well. Street Stock series, the Wayland series. You got to look outside the box, folks. The racing's there. We just got to find it. We got to support it. If we would have supported, I believe if we would have supported the SRX series more, maybe it'd still be here. Don't know. Maybe it would. But we just got to look outside the box of just NASCAR. All right. So, like I said, from here on out, if you're into NASCAR, Arca, Cars Tour, Monster Jam, then this is the channel for you. And please like and subscribe. I only do this for you guys. I share my passion of the sport for you guys, like I was doing on Facebook with CK Motorsports podcast. So, CK Nation, tune in every week. You don't have to tune in live when I'm on live. You can watch the episodes throughout the week. But support, like, and subscribe. Drop comments anytime you want to. I'm going to film new episodes every week. Talk about the results of each race or talk about things. And we're just getting started. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank you all again. And I appreciate all the support over the years and how y'all want it. And I've had people that follow me through this, wanted me to come back and do this again. And I said, I didn't know how this would work without a co-host, but hey, I'm here. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have a co-host on here once in a while. Who knows? But I'm here. But at the end of the day, this is the CK Motorsports Full Throttle. I'm the boss man, CK. And I'll see you next time on another episode.